Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something really clever from the electric vehicle maker NIO, and that's pronounced NIO, by the way. They're tackling one of the single biggest headaches for anyone who owns an EV.
Okay, so let's set a scene. I want you to picture this, because if you've ever owned an EV, you've probably lived it. It's cold, it's pouring rain, and you're stuck outside fumbling with a heavy, wet charging cable. It's not exactly fun, right?
Well, this exact moment, this feeling, it's the absolute heart of a new ad from NIO. And man, it just perfectly captures that frustration, that inconvenience that comes with standard EV charging. They really hit on a major pain point for drivers.
But what if there was another way? See, NIO is betting its entire future on that question. Their whole strategy is built around offering a completely different answer to how you're supposed to refuel an EV. All right, so let's get into their big idea. What is this solution? It's something called battery swapping, and it is, no exaggeration, a total game changer. We're talking about replacing that slow, clunky charging process with something incredibly fast. And when you look at the comparison side by side, it's just, wow. The contrast is really stark. Look, we're not just talking about going from hours of waiting to just 3 minutes. That's huge. But it's more than that. The entire experience is different. Instead of being stuck outside fumbling with cables, you just stay in your warm, dry car while the whole thing happens automatically. All with a click of a button. But here's the thing. NIO isn't just selling you a cool piece of tech. Nope. They're marketing a massive, strategic network. And they have this absolutely brilliant way of showing you just how big and dominant it is. So check this out. In one of their ads, they lay out a map of China, and it looks almost like a battlefield. A military command center. And you see these little flags start popping up all over the map. But those flags, they're not armies. Each one represents a battery swap station. It's such a powerful way to frame it, right? It's not just a service, it's a strategic conquest. They're basically saying the real EV war, it's being won with infrastructure. So, okay, they're showing us this battlefield, but how big is it, really? I mean, how far does this network actually go? Well, the scale here is just staggering. We are talking about more than 3,700 swap stations, and that number is still growing. To put that in perspective, that means they've pretty much covered every corner of China. You can drive almost anywhere and have the confidence you can swap in a fresh battery. It's incredible. Okay, so you've got the tech, you've got the network. What's next? Well, to really drive this point home and get everyone excited, NIO has brought in some serious star power. They actually appointed a brand new ambassador for what they call NIO power. Now, to give you a sense of just how big a deal this person is, think about it like this. His fame in China is on the level of someone like Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. I mean, a massive household name kind of celebrity. And look, this isn't just some one-off thing. It's actually part of a much bigger marketing push. They've got different famous actors for different parts of the brand, one for NIO Power, another for a specific car model, and so on. The goal here is pretty clear. Make their unique solution, the battery swap, a household name. So, with all this money being poured into infrastructure, all this high-profile marketing, it all leads to the big question, right? Is it actually working? Are people really using this stuff? Well, the numbers kind of speak for themselves, and they are absolutely staggering. Get this, NIO is about to hit an incredible milestone, 100 million battery swaps. That's not a typo, 100 million. And, a number that big isn't just some vanity metric they can brag about. Think about what it really means. That's 100 million worry-free experiences for customers. It's 100 million times a battery's health was protected because NIO manages them. And really, it's 100 million proofs that their massive, massive bet on convenience, it's actually paying off. So this kind of leaves us with one last really fascinating question to think about. You see so many EV companies fighting over who has the most range or who can shave a few minutes off a fast charge time. But NIO, they're playing a totally different game. They're betting everything on ultimate convenience. So by focusing so hard on solving that one really tangible, really frustrating pain point for drivers, the charge, could NIO's 3-minute swap be the thing that actually disrupts this whole industry and defines the future of EVs? It's a pretty powerful idea.